So let's mount up and get into Nope.
Mm.
Um, I'm a give him $5 for free, just spoiler free.
Yeah.
So Nope tells the story of OJ and M, who after the passing of their father, trying to sort of keep things together and on track with their ranch and their business and everything, encounter a UFO. They are then given they get this idea that, hey, I'm going to capture this fucking, a shot of the UFO that isn't, like, no one can contest it, right? And that will be the thing that brings us the attention, brings us money, brings us riches, and brings us fame. And we don't have to do this ranch shit forever. That's all I'm going to go into without spoiling shit. You got like a mad cast. It's extremely solidly directed by Jordan Peele. It's got some of his classic sort of shots that he likes to sort of linger with and focus on and build tension with. But if you think that you're getting a UFO film, you're not. If you think this is commentary on just the Western genre, it's not. This is an extremely deep and political film that, like, you're scratching the surface if you think that it's just about the exploitation of animals.
No.
Because this shit, it hit me. Like, I didn't know what I watched afterwards. And I was kind of like, I don't know where I am. Because my mind was like, what the fuck did... There was a lot of things that meant certain things, and I didn't get them at first. And I had to think on them. And it was a big... threw me for a loop. I was even talking to the For Your Reference guys afterwards. And Katie was like, so what do you think? Thoughts? Opinions? And I was like, I have no idea. All I can say is go check this shit out.
Yeah.
And watch it twice if you can. I wish I watched it twice. I wish I could have watched it then and then come back home and checked it out again and then ran it back. But
yeah, for me, I think I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
There is so much in this movie.
Fuck, there's heaps. There's fucking heaps.
Just the opening of this fucking movie. The fucking monkey.
Yeah. Or the father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They drop a lot of shit on you in the first 20 minutes of this fucking movie. And then you're caught processing that for the next hour with all the shit still dropping on you after that as well.
Yeah. It's definitely that iceberg shit.
Yeah.
Where what they're showing you is only 20% of the iceberg. You know what I mean? There's so much more. If you're sticking around for spoilers, I don't know, I'm gonna go into the full spoiler territory.
Yeah.
It's been out for like nearly a month now.
Yeah.
Like since 22nd of July. Thank you very much, Universal. I mean, we did get it late, but late than never.
It's true.
Did you guys like it?
I did.
Yeah.
I did like it.
It took me a while to say I liked it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I was confused almost.
There's so many strings there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was heaps. Like, I had to come back and do notes. And really kind of go into, like, what happened on each.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to get into it? Where do you want to start?
Fuck, I don't even know where to be.
Or did you just want me to run through my notes?
Run it, Doug.
All right. So the film starts with this proverb from Nam, right? Nam 3 verse 6. I will cast abominable filth upon you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle. This movie was absolutely all about spectacle. But spectacle and how things are made a spectacle and people miss some of the nuance of it. Like the main characters, M and OJ, their great, add another great in there, grandfather was the first image recorded on film.
Yep.
But that was disregarded for the spectacle of film itself, that it's a moving picture, but not who was in the picture, which I think plays a massive part in the whole film, right? And drilling that down, it's the people not getting the credit, and in this case, the black people not getting the credit. So I don't know. I kind of went every which way in my notes. So I'm just going to read it out and then stop me and then add your thoughts or whatever. So nope itself is an anagram. One, you get open, which is things are open for certain people, or peon, which is a laborer, right? If you went acronym wise, not of planet Earth, which is the surface one, right? But the other meaning is notice of potential eligibility, which is workers' compensation. Where I kind of landed on, this movie was about reparations, right? Compensation for abuse or injury. That's what reparations means. Yeah. So why I kind of went there was because of the racism in Hollywood and the gatekeeping. And you kind of see that when they're doing, they're the only black ranchers in California. That would be a massive draw for these Hollywood pictures. But then they get the reference shot for that horse, and then they get them out of there, right?
Yeah, but they also, did you notice how they did? They didn't know any of their names.
That's right.
Called them horseman, called them, yeah, basically animals.
They know what they do,
yeah,
but not who they are.
We trust them to do their job. We don't trust them to know them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get Ricky Park, which is played by Stephen Yen, right? So he's cast alongside a monkey. There's obvious racist overtones there because the Asians were called monkeys back in the day. So there's that racist alignment. And why was he cast alongside a white family? Which
is crazy, right?
Yeah. In that show with Gordy.
Did the father have an affair, or like what happened?
Yeah.
The mother have an affair?
Or was it just that wild sort of casting that those sitcoms would do to kind of get attention? Or that affirmative action piece of
it's just to tick the box.
Yeah.
Yep.
The pandering.
Yep.
Which is another animal word. Because animals are a big part of this movie. We get OJ, who's a complete juxtaposition of the celebrity OJ Simpson, right? But one that, by name wise, people would get because they know about OJ, but they don't know about him from the other things that he did, his football career. They know him from killing a white woman.
Yep. Well, not so much that. It's more him beating the case, right?
True. Yeah.
And the fact that everyone thought he was guilty. Or at least every white person thought he was guilty. Yeah.
So where he actually gets his name is Otis Jr. Otis one being a famous singer. In Otis Redding.
Otis Redding, yeah.
But Junior is also the legacy passed on by their father.
Yep.
They didn't get much from him except for the business and the ranch, which they have to work to sort of keep up. He even says, I've got mouths to feed without even having children. So he's almost non-threatening and uncharismatic, right? He's not like M. But I almost think that he represents the racist view of an incompetent black man that people would have of him. Whereas M, or Emerald, on the other hand, which is almost like a unique name that a lot of people wouldn't use or have heard of before. So shortens it to M. But what I thought was she's probably the view of black people that people would think of in movies. So the stereotypical.
Yeah.
So she's loud, she's brash, she's almost entrepreneurial, extremely focused, and she's like, she loves a weed, she loves drinking. So she's ambitious. Like that's the thing that's under the surface, is that she's ambitious and she wants to create a legacy. Like they talk about, let's get paid and everything, but really it's, I want to be the first person to capture an image of UFO. I want to get on Oprah.
Yeah.
It's being known.
Yeah. I love the fact that was what he sort of brought up. Is it's not so much, I mean, our generation would be, I want to get this picture of these UFOs so I can go sit and talk about it on Rogan.
Yeah.
His generation, or at least his worldview, is I want to get this so I can go sit on Oprah.
That's right. Yeah.
Who hasn't had a show on TV in 30 years?
Yeah, but that's the epitome of like excellence.
Yeah.
And together they're both willing to risk their life for the goal, right? But they don't want to die.
No.
We get Antler Holst, which was played brilliantly by Michael Wincott. Fuck, he's got like the most unique voice, and he I don't know if they turned that O's mic up, but when he hits him with that, fuck, it was loud. So he plays that cinematographer. He's almost like the Great White Hunter.
Yeah.
In essence, because it's almost like he only shoots animals. He only edits and looks at animal footage.
Yeah.
And he's willing to risk his life and essentially almost give his life in the pursuit of perfection and the perfect shot. So how I kind of sort of came onto it, right, is one, that family legacy of the Haywood family, which was the first black jockey. The chapters themselves are based on animal names. So we got Ghost, Clover, Gordy, and Jean Jacket, which they named the UFO. I think these are representations of black people because the animals are either killed or sold when they cannot perform. And that's much like black creators when they don't behave as expected in terms of the white expectations. Also, on like OJ talks about the Scorpion King, and he was like, we set up, we got everything going, but they seen the horses, and then they used camels instead.
Yeah,
which is wild commentary on blackface, I believe. Or kind of saying that it's too difficult to work with a certain type of person. I think the most telling thing right at the start there was when when Ghost sort of gets fuck, what's that word? When they're showing him that ball to get the reference shot for the camera.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one side is dull and Ghost doesn't do a thing.
Yeah.
But then the second it goes shiny, he loses his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that to me was this, I'm trying to get riches.
Yep.
Trying to get money.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what people go crazy for. Then the movie also uses animal taming techniques, which are used to defeat the UFO almost. And it's not making eye contact. But that isn't a sign of weakness as much as it is a sign of respect.
Yep.
And when you respect an animal, there's a bond that's actually put in place then.
Yeah. What did they launch up there that had the tail, the horse, the fake horse, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as it, essentially, as soon as you put a leash on that animal, it got crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it was almost like them also saying the thing that like is shiny and that you want, like it doesn't help you at all.
No.
Like you end up spitting it out. It almost makes you sick.
Mm-hmm.
The music in the movie is from 70s and 80s black artists, from funk, R&B. But isn't it funny that like Antler Holst sings that Flying Purple People Eater rendition that he does, which to me sounded like, you know, the Stephen Foster minstrel songs? Was it Sometime Races? Sing this song, doo-da, doo-da.
Yeah.
Those are all racist songs that Stephen Foster guy, the Stephen Foster melodies, that shit will get you cancelled nowadays. But that's what it kind of felt like. The Purple People Eater. It's almost like it only eats colored people.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say? So overall, what I thought the UFO was, well, I kind of went through a couple of things. At first, I thought it was a cowboy hat because it looked like that, and maybe that's why people think that it's commentary on the Western genre. At times, it looked like a noose when it folded itself over. I almost think it's the cinema screen. It's the thing itself that people want, and it's a thing that gets exploited, or people get exploited on. And also, the viewfinder is kind of seen from the perspective of the UFO itself. So this is my main point in why I think that this movie is about reparations. Is so after everything kind of happens, right? They eventually get the shot of the UFO, which in itself was crazy because they used CCTV and they used a professional cinematographer. But when all was said and done, they used what was essentially a camera phone.
Yeah. A wishing well as well.
Yeah.
The fact that she used the wishing well to take the
was crazy. Which to me almost said that any person within that community can find fame using a tool that essentially everyone has.
Yeah.
But once the events of the movie play out, the thing that M and OJ really are left with is 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah.
And those are my notes. On
Do you
the do I do birthday parties? Yes.
Do you reckon with M taking that photo at the end, and then you see all the police show up, that could be the representation of what she was speaking about in the beginning as well, with, you know, the first ever, you know, film to be shot was a black man on a horse, and they forgot about the origins of that. Do you reckon they'll take that picture and then just completely discredit everything on, like, you know, on how they would have acquired that?
I don't know. Like at the end, it feels like anything can kind of happen. Like they could blame all the disappearances of those people on them.
Yeah. So, like, in my head, when you were talking about it, because, like, with her taking the photo, the police showing up, in my head, the way it played out was sort of like she almost gets incarcerated for breaking through those police lines and shit like that. And then they don't connect her to the discovery of, you know, a UFO. And they just use that photo moving forward. So they take all the fame and give them nothing, which could be one of the scenarios.
That's absolutely the risk, eh? And probably a really realistic scenario.
Yeah. So, like, for me, like, there was just a lot of shit in this movie. Like, I'm still processing this movie. After going through your notes, shit started to make a lot of sense as well.
And I probably haven't even covered a lot of the stuff that's out there.
Yeah. But I think, like, if this was to be like a start to finish bookend of just 3 movies that Jordan Peele did, you could probably like look into the nuances for all 3 films and find a lot of shit that could connect together, even though each film is unique in its own way.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Get Out is wild shit. Like, that's almost talking about, like, you know, white people using the black identity.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Us was I don't know, that felt like identity as well. And this one felt like exploitation through spectacle.
Yeah.
Us was the commentary on them losing their blackness. Conforming to what, you know, white people expect of them, right? That's why that family was essentially didn't act, it's weird to say, but didn't act like a black family.
Yeah.
And they weren't really as close as a black family would be, and very disconnected, and whereas the opposite ends of them were extremely close. Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Overall, I really like this film.
Yeah.
And now I want to go back, knowing, like, you know, like with my thoughts, and just kind of watch it again and enjoy it again.
I just want to watch it again, man. Like, I'm really interested in watching it again. And the cinema was all fucked up as well, so like,
that
to
was
be able
wild,
to,
that screening, though.
yeah.
Like, what was that glitch? I don't know if that glitch was intentional. It didn't seem like it.
Was.
Felt like a digital glitch.
Yeah. The stream was off. Not so much the stream, but they need to blow in that cartridge or something.